Hello, viewers. You're welcome to my podcast yet again. And today, what we are talking about is you starting to work with Cash Chat today. That's what we are going to talk about. So the title of this video is Start Working Leero. You know what Leero means? Yeah, Leero means today. It's a Luganda word. It means today. When somebody says Leero, it means today. So that's what we are going to talk about now. Cash Chat urgently needs many of you to become engaged. Yeah, because right now the social media app is out and there is demand for many of you to manage the advertising process. There is a demand of many of you to help in selling the AI credits, because we recently received a big order from Australia of $15,000 and it was declined by Stripe. Yeah, Stripe declined to receive our order. It was an order for AI credits. So we need many of you, people in New Zealand, people in Australia, people in California, people in New York. We have people, many people in places like St. Louis. We have many people from the Bahamas, people from Barbados, St. Helena. We have many people from Namibia. We have so many people from Ghana. So we need many of you to come and take over these positions. Yeah, we need you to become our agents in your country. You know, becoming a Cash Chat agent is absolutely free. You don't need to pay anything. All you need to do is to complete 2 probational tasks, simple tasks, to prove that you can really execute. And these tasks are very simple, and each task you're going to be paid for. The task that you're required, you must understand our registration process, and you must understand our verification process. So you must practice that on 2 new users. So when you get 2 new users to register on our platform and also to complete the verification process, immediately that user's account becomes active. Your job is complete and you receive a commission of 10 USDs. So if you complete 2 probational tasks, now it means you qualify to become our agent. This is now what you're going to do. You are going to log into your account that you've created, and you are going to click on that blue button with the word wallet on it, okay, in the middle. So they're going to request you to type the word start and send. Now type start and send, then type 1 and send, then click type 2, okay, which is marked on pay subscription, and send. Then select the currency, okay. So if you come from countries outside Kenya and Uganda, you must select option 3, which is USD. Now because you received commissions from 2 people that have activated their account, where they say select payment method, you are going to type 2, which is wallet. Now when you click send, your account is going to be activated, and for you, you don't need to pay any money, because the job that you're going to do, you are going to be paid for that job. Now that commission that they are going to pay you, it is the same commission that you are going to use to verify your account. Now immediately your account is verified, you are going to log out of your wallet, and then outside the login page you are going to see a blue AI icon blinking, okay. It's in blue color. So you are going to click on that AI and they are going to take you to our AI cloud. That's where you're going to install our social media app, okay. Now you are going to register on that application only with a phone number that you used when you're setting up your CashChat wallet. Okay, and then you can create any other password. It does not have to be the same password that you used on your wallet, because the password that you're required to use on your wallet is a 6-digit PIN. It's a password of only 6 numbers. But here on social media, you can even include letters and other symbols, so they don't have to be the same. Okay, now after creating your password, you're going to log in, and then you are going to click on the menu. When you click on the menu, at the bottom of that menu, you are going to see where they say CashChat agents. So when you click on CashChat agents, they are going to ask you to get verified. You now that wants to work as an agent. So they are going to require you to look into the facial recognition and to upload, some identifications, and the system is going to validate the documents that you've provided, and if they are matching, your account is going to be verified. Now, once your agent account is verified, you're going to get access to an account where people can request top up from you, or you can request float from other people or from the company. Now, when you get top up or float from the company, there are many people that don't have access to these international financial institutions, people from mainly African countries. For example, in many African countries, PayPal does not work. Okay, so because this platform was meant for everybody in Africa, PayPal is not a requirement here. You don't need to connect your PayPal anywhere, because this wallet from CashChat is sufficient. It has all the features that PayPal can provide, so it's not required. And even people that don't have access to PayPal or main banking or mobile banking, you as an agent, you can extend your services to them. Okay, they can request for maybe credit for the AI. You see, like the problem we had with our client in Australia. So if you are in Australia, that client can buy credit from maybe 50 of you, because he wanted, I think it was an institution. It must have been an institution, maybe a university or whatever, because they wanted a huge volume of credit. But the payment service providers blocked our transaction. So now we need many of you in Australia, in Sydney and other places to enroll to be our agents in those places. So when you have float on your account, you will help to provide our clients with the credits that they need to use our AI. I'm telling you, the AI that we have currently, it is very beneficial. It tackles our daily needs. For example, our AI has what they call the teaching assistant. Now, we have had many problems in Africa. These things people in developed countries don't understand them, because for them, their governments have taken over completely their educational systems. But in Africa, the education system is mainly in the private sector. And for a child to get quality education, it is really expensive. Many families have become poor because of educating their kids. And once the kid is educated, after they have graduated, I think one of the best job maybe they can get is to work maybe in a bank. Now a person gets a job in the bank and they are earning $300 every month. And yet, the process of taking this kid to school got their parents to sell off their lands. They took their houses to the banks and they failed to reclaim them. And at the end of the day, a child is doing a job where they are earning only $300 a month. So now that is the situation. The quality education is extremely expensive in Uganda. Now, this AI, our AI, it gives any child anywhere access to quality education. We maybe call it coaching. Like if you go to school and maybe there is a question, because when I was at school, I loved working on complicated numbers. I was addicted, I can say. I was addicted to complicated trigonometry numbers. Now, you could get a problem and you take it to a teacher. The teacher looks at the number and he says, give me 1 week. You go after 1 week, he asks another week, and literally the teacher can't solve the number. That's how it was when we were in school. But now that cannot happen anymore because of this AI. You simply go, get credit for just 500 Ugandan shillings. 500 Ugandan shillings, like 20 cents for people in the US, with just 20 cents. 20 cents? Yeah, something like 20 cents. Not 20 cents actually. It is 2 cents. So with only 2 cents, you buy credit and then you literally just talk to the AI. So the AI talks back to you, explains to you the working, and as the AI is explaining to you, the AI is writing on a board. You know, this AI, it presents a board like a teacher when the teacher is in class, and they go on a board and they start working out. So this AI, which we have called it Bihogo. Bihogo is the name of some legendary cow. So the AI brings out a board and starts working out the number. You see the workout, and in the process of demonstrating how that number is solved, the AI asks you if you've understood or not. If you say no, I've not understood, the AI gives you another working which is easy for you to understand. So now this innovation means that any child anywhere can get access to the best tutors, because this is a learning assistant. It's like an ultimate teacher. So where you are, on your phone, or by going to an internet cafe and buying some airtime for maybe 500, you can complete or learn with the cash chat, with the Bihogo. It's not a cash chat AI. With Bihogo, you can learn with this AI for at least an hour, okay, and do all that you want to do. So this AI does not stop at lower educational level. It goes up to PhD because it was tested by some university professors. You know, they had something they were working on. And so when we took it out to them to test to see how it is, so they said, no problem, bring your AI. We will ask something that ChatGPT failed to analyze. So they got their question and they talked to the AI. And one of the things that they were impressed was the ability to listen. This AI listens to your question properly. And it doesn't matter if your English is a bit broken or what, it is able to understand what you're saying. And then after you've said it, now it starts organizing it, arranging it, giving you accurate answers. So that is the AI that you're going to find in Cash Chat. So we need many of you to work as retailers, because we cannot rely on these financial service providers. Many of them, they are literally malicious. They are just executing malice, like they are blocking, you know, like starving the idea financially, like they are blocking any financial entry, so that this idea, which is from Africa, may collapse because of lack of finances. So because Cash Chat is a community product, I'm inviting you, members of our community. We have reached now over 1 million members. Now, You can do your part in this, and it's not for free. This is not volunteering, because every action here is paid. Even the people that are engaging with our social media platform, it's not like this platform where you simply go, you watch people talking, you like the videos, you comment, and you get nothing. Every action that you do, you acquire points on Cash Chat. And these points always, there is a portion of the revenue that this company generates that is assigned to the people who engage on this platform. Some people may be able to cash out every week, some may be able to cash out every month, some may be able to cash out after 2 months, depending on their engagement. But every person on this platform will cash out at some time, as long as they are on this platform, depending on their engagement, depending on what they do. Now, that is for the part of the users. We have now the part of the content creators, the people that are posting their content on Cash Chat. When you post your videos on Cash Chat, your videos are monetized immediately, because we have people that are serving ads on our system. You know, by the time our ads network is complete, we will have a total of 200,000 dedicated advertising agents. Some of these agents are companies. Like, we have a company in the UK, which is Bold Cashers UK Limited. That is an agent in the UK. We have another company in Uganda, Adase Ads Limited. That is an agent of Cash Chat. And we have another company in Kenya, Bold Cashers KE Limited. That is an agent of Cash Chat. We have Pesamoni Limited. That is a white agent of Cash Chat. And your company too can be one of these agencies. So, guys in the United States, you know how expensive the digital advertising industry is. You know how much money is in that industry. I will advise you, because opening a company is very easy. Okay, in the UK, you only need like 80 euros and you have a company. So go and register your company in the digital advertising niche. Then come and sign a partnership deal with Cash Chat, because you can do it on your own. You don't have to talk to anybody. No one needs to, to talk to you or whatever. You simply go into your account, log in, and complete the requirements digitally. So there is no favoritism here, and there is no one who's going to block you. As long as you meet the requirements, which I told you they are very easy. Simply prove that you can offer the most elementary service that anybody can offer, even the freelancers, because they are freelancers who are really making a lot of money on this platform. I was in Kenya in May. Okay, I was in Kenya in May and I left in June. But in Kenya, there are people in Kenya who are making 40,000 Kenyan shillings every week. 40,000 Kenyan shillings, about 400 US dollars. They make it every week, and they are promoting this platform secretly on WhatsApp only. Now, those that are doing it on Instagram, I'm not aware. But I was on YouTube and I saw a video. Okay, this video was posted like 5 years ago. Yeah, it was posted like in 2021. So I was watching that video, and this lady, I think it was a couple, they were demonstrating and they were showing how much money they made in 1 month. So they showed us their wallet, their account. Okay, these people are in Kenya, and they, at the beginning of that month, they had made around 500,000 Kenyan shillings. But when they showed us when the month ended, their account had 2.1 million Kenyan shillings. So they made roughly 1.5 million Kenyan shillings as a couple in 1 month. 1.5 million Kenyan shillings is like, how much is that in US dollars? That is something like, is it 14,000? Yeah, 14,000 US dollars. Yeah, and they made 14,000 US dollars in 1 month on this platform, the platform I'm talking about. So CashChat is not a new platform. CashChat, when CashChat came out, actually, there is another company that also registered. You know, people wanted to steal it in the US. So I think they still have that idea. They think that they will go in court and claim that these people used our whatever because this one originates from Africa. Now, those people in the US, when they do something, they go get panties and all that. So there's another company which also started. And they keep on imitating whatever CashChat does. Okay, so when CashChat started, it was social media and a digital wallet. So this company also started with a digital wallet. Now, when CashChat went to digital advertising, they also introduced something which looks like that. Now, when the company went to, exchanging the investment, because there was this, there was a partnership deal between CashChat and Altec. You know Altec, people in East Africa, you know Altec. So when they had that deal, and that deal, people who are using CashChat, they were going to buy government bonds directly within their wallet. Okay, so anybody ranging from 20,000 UGX was able now to invest in government bonds. And those people that wanted to get out of the bond before the bonds matured, so Altec had signed a deal to buy them out. Okay, so that they give them money and then Altec takes over the bond until maturity. So when these people that are trying to mimic this company, CashChat, so that happening, they also introduced trading on their platform. So when you look at them, and by the way, they have an account on CashChat. They have it. They have an account on our platform, so they are looking at what we are doing. But I don't think they are doing it with good intentions. Because if it was with good intentions, they could have signed up a partnership deal with CashChat, but they have not signed any partnership deal with CashChat. They are simply trying to steal the CashChat idea. So when you are opening your account, do it with good intentions. Do it to be part of this system. Don't do it with evil intentions, trying to steal the idea or that, because it will not happen. We have actually received many attacks. Our main developer account was deleted on Play Store. That's why the system that we have built, it is within our AI cloud. CashChat does not depend on Play Store. CashChat does not depend on Apple Store. Even if Apple Store unlist our app, even if they delete our account, we will continue operating normally because we have now built a self-reliant application because of what we have experienced before. So you that are coming to join us, if you know how Facebook began, if you know how Google began, so that is the same template, the same foundation that CashChat is being built on. Yeah, very soon we'll have our own Play Store, we'll have our own cloud and our own data center. That's where we are heading, and we are going to do it together with you. And the reason why we are going to have that is because people that are offering these services, they're not good people. They have malicious intent and they don't hide it. Yeah, they have done many things that are not really good. Yeah, like now I told you about that incident. We needed money because on the other hand, GCP was charging. We needed money to pay Heroku where we are staging our application. So we got somebody and they bought AI credits from us. So these people blocked that money from reaching us. So these people have bad intentions towards tech ideas from Africa, and we know it is happening. So it's not by uh, mistake. It's not because there are no bright brains in Africa that we don't have a social media platform in Africa, because we really love to socialize. You know, it's by nature we are social people. Now, the reason why there is no social media platform is because there has not been anybody willing to wage war against this big tech and establish a social media platform in Africa. And many of the people that have attempted, they have been bought with money. Yeah, we also received an offer. We received an offer, and the person wanted to buy 51% of the company. But the intention behind buying us was not to take us forward. It was to lock us in an area and finally to terminate us. So we rejected the offer. And that's when we started receiving these big attacks right now. As I'm talking to you, all our 32 applications, because we had other applications that were bringing in some little money to keep us going. So our 32 applications that were listed on the Play Store had a good rating. They all had 5 stars, all of them. And they all passed Google quality checks. Now, what happened was there is that Dunstar number. That Dunstar number, I've applied for it from Europe at one time. When you're applying for that number from Europe, they don't ask anything concerning your business secrets. You simply go, you put your business registration number, you put the certificate, they give it to you. You don't even give them the certificate. Now, when you are applying that number from Africa, these people literally get all the business secrets from you. And after giving them all those secrets, they retain the right to even decline giving you that number. So the abuse in the tech world against African developers is too much. And it is so sad that, I think it is because of living in bad conditions for a long time. Africans are comfortable with it. They don't see any problem. You tell people this is not right, and they say, no, it's like they see it as something normal. So what is happening is terrible. And if Google does not want us to list our application, we are not going to be on Google. If Apple Store does not want to list our applications, we don't need to be there. We are going to build our own Apple Store for Africa developers, and we are going to do it together with you. So guys, don't be taken up. Now they have started writing some vague reviews on our application, associating it with scams. This is not a scam. We have maintained a clean sheet for the last 9 years. There has never been any single incident of anybody being scammed by us. It has never happened. There is no commission that has ever been withheld. We don't even have that in our policy. The Google has it. Google has it. Google has conditions. Okay, they can withhold payment from you. They require you to have 1,000 subscribers before you monetize. They require you to get 4,000 watch hours before they monetize you. And even if you get those watch hours, they still retain the right to decline. So when you look at their operations and you look at our operation, there is no way you can associate us with a scam, and you can't associate YouTube with a scam. It doesn't add up. So guys, what proves that what we are doing is legit, authentic, and we are doing it with integrity is you testing out our platform and proving if what we are telling you is true or not. Don't go with the views that you are going to get now. The search engines are now contaminated. I'm telling you, because I've experienced this before. In 2022, I built a website, Job City. That Job City, this name you see on my channel, it was a website. I created this website. It was jobcity.se. I created that website, and that website went viral. Every single hour, the number of users was increasing. It was between 47 to 50,000 people always on the website at each and every time. And I started receiving applications for companies. They wanted to advertise on my website. So what happened is my hosts, the people where I was hosting my website, started taking down my website. That was Maris. I'm telling you the Maris now. Now, after taking down the website, they started turning off. So I would contact them. So I contact them, they restore it. And after some time, they took it down for 3 days. What were they trying to do? Trying to tarnish my website so that when people search it, they'll look at the downtime. And they said this website is down for a long time. And we are doing it intentionally. So what I did is I transferred my website from them and I took it to GoDaddy. And when I did that, now they called me back and told me the reason why your site is down is because you transferred your website to GoDaddy. So when I transferred my website to GoDaddy, I went and I searched about my website. These people had written a review about my website, a website which is less than 5 months. It had a review which my other domains and website did not have. And they say the website is worth only $10. Okay? And they say it does not have sufficient traffic. So when they wrote that review, when my website expired, these people went and grabbed it because I had put my website on auto renew. I don't know how it happened, but instead of the website being auto renewed, these people grabbed it immediately. And then I received a message saying that if you want your website, you have to pay us 7,000 US dollars. Of course, I did not have that money. Okay, so I just let the website go. So this Maris game, I know it. When people start serving the internet with negativity, I'm not talking about this bias, this hatred, whatever, but it is clean, can I call it clean, organized Maris, where someone writes a clear profile, very professional, but the profile is tarnishing, it's embarrassing a brand. They have started writing them about cash chat. So I'm sure these people are really terrified because of the things that we are doing now. They are really terrified right now. The numbers are adding up very fast, and we are not now operating under their limitation grounds. We are not operating on the Play Store. We are not on Apple Store. So we have in our own cloud. So it means Africans, we can go further now. We can build our own independence together because now this is a community product. It's not a one-person product. Okay, 35% of this company, okay, is attached to the members. Okay, you know the limitations of a private company is that you cannot have more than 100 beneficial owners. So what happens with Cash Chat is only people that have 1%, okay, of these notes that we have, okay, convertible notes, people that have of these NFTs, because we are operating in the NFT zone, because we have not yet found a place to call home. Like even in our home country, like in Uganda, we thought that, okay, this product, we are Ugandan, so Uganda will give us a shield. But our people, instead of giving us a shield, they just waged the war against us. You see what is happening with the Wi-Fi. People coming up and stopping people from using Wi-Fi. We face the same problem when we are starting. In 2020, there is a policy which came up, but that policy, it was all targeted towards us. There was a policy that came out against fintech, and we were the only fintech at that time. So that policy that came, it had some harsh conditions. You know, we were a bulk payment service provider, and in that policy, it was required that any bulk payment service provider was required to have a minimum of 10 billion UGX in order to get that license from Bank of Uganda. So at that time, we had just announced our volumes, you know, transaction volume, the volumes that we are moving on our system. We had just announced on a talk show that we have managed to make a total of 3.8 billion Ugandan shillings. So when they brought that policy, it was almost 3 times our capacity. So it was not brought for us to meet the requirements. It was brought to wipe us out. Now, this is a country that was supposed to back us, that was even supposed to give us a grant so that we can develop this tech program. But instead of doing that, you people that are led by greed and selfishness, you went and made a policy, and you sugar-coated the policy with things that you are not even intending to hold. Now, when this policy came, there was a clause in that policy, and that clause said that if any company continued operating when the policy is signed, that company was going to be fined a huge amount of money on a daily basis, every single day that they operated. So because of that policy, we shut down a whole company. If you remember Bold Cashers Limited. Bold Cashers Limited, we had to cease operation the day that policy was signed in 2020. So we survived because of Kenya. So in Kenya, we had our agent, Pesa Money Limited. Now, because of Pesa Money Limited, Kenya sustained us. And then, after these people wiping us out from Uganda, the requirement of 10 billion UGX 2 years later was reduced to only 25 million UGX by the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Finance made an amendment after us being kicked out of business because they cut off our financial supply, but the servers needed to be paid. We had more people on our social media platform. You know, when we are building the first social media platform, CashChat, we anticipated about 50,000 people only to participate because we are testing how receptive are these people going to be with our social media platform. So we thought that 50 people will be enough. Now that was the budget, and we had calculated that 50 people engaging, this would be like the money that AWS would be taking us for cloud fees would be minimal. So what happened? People doubled. In fact, they were going to triple. When they took us, we are heading towards 150,000, and these were only Android users. When we tried to put our application on the Apple Store, that's when another company from the US went and registered a name on Play Store. Now, what they did in their name is for them, they put $1 in the C, you know, to make it look different. But that is our name and that is our brand. So we failed to list our application on Apple Store. So we remained on only the Play Store. Now, by the time this policy was signed by the president in 2020, we were heading towards 150,000 users. And the time people were spending online, each single time, there were over 20,000 people online. That is a higher percentage. The retention, whatever, it was 20,000 users at every time they were on the platform. Okay, so we are able, I mean, because of that, these people chased us out of Uganda. So right now, even our system, we are operating the shareholding. Yeah, we are operating on integrity. Even these shares that you have, they are in a decentralized zone. They are like NFTs, but we have automated the system to distribute rewards. Okay, when the company makes some money, uh, it's like you lending money to the company, and the company has to give you a portion of the interest, like they're servicing a loan. So that's how now the shares you're going to see on our platform work. They are not shares like shares listed on the stock exchange. They are not shares like shares in a private company. These are shares in form of NFTs, like these non-fungible tokens. But these ones, they are based on integrity. They are not there for you to lose or whatever. They are actually protected by the company policy. Like, you cannot sell your shares at more beyond 4%, no, beyond 5% less than the value of that share. So that's how it is built, but they are exchangeable. So when you go in our social media app, you are going to find that. And these shares can only be bought by verified members. They are not shares sold to the public. All the holders of these shares are people that have paid their membership fee of $20 and they have completed the verification process. Those are the ones that will have access to these shares. Many of you will not have access. Even if when you attempt to buy, you will not buy. But there are those who are going to buy because they meet the requirements to hold those shares. You're going to see we have our partners there that have bought, like Body Cashers UK Limited. They are holding 500 shares, and we have other people with different numbers of shares. So these shares represent a total of 35% of the company. Okay, but only holders of at least 1% are the ones that are listed among beneficial owners at Uganda Registration Service Bureau. Okay, but the rest of you still, you benefit from what you're holding exactly as you must. So when you get into the app and you click on the menu at the top, you'll see share market. I want you to understand that's how it is. Okay, this is for members only. This is for members only, and these are the people that are building this company. And when the company goes public, all people who are holding these shares, their shares will be converted into public shares. So it doesn't matter whether it's like an NFT or convertible note or whatever, but when the company goes public, whatever you are holding will be converted into public shares. Okay, it will be transferred. So right now, if you're having those shares, don't worry. Okay, don't worry. They are not, people have some bad ideas. People are used to being false. So they think everything they see is false. They say that poor people think everything is a scam, except when a real scam comes. The reason why poor people think like that, because in their mind they only see one way of making money. It is cheating somebody, stealing someone's money, or selling something at an expensive price to somebody else. That's the only way they see that they can make money. So that's the reason why they think everything is a scam, because in their mindset, whatever plans they have, it is to scam somebody. But if you don't have intentions of scamming anybody, you will give every good opportunity a try, because you're clean from within. So when you see somebody every time claiming is a scam, watch out. That person might be a serious scammer. Okay? Yeah, because the abundance of the heart, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So anybody who calls anything a scam until without proof, that is a dangerous element. They might be serious scammers. So Cash Chat is not a scam, it is legit. It has been here for over 9 years, and it has maintained a clean record. If you go right now and do what I'm telling you, within 15 minutes you're going to see results. Now I want to speak to our guys from Kenya. If you're from Kenya, please use the pay bill process when you're activating your account. Use the pay bill process. You see, in the wallet there is option 9. When you go on the menu, it has the word activate account. That option is specifically assigned to you, our users in Kenya. You are the most engaged people on our platform. Even our agents network is filled by many of you. So there is a special way for you to activate your account that is different from all other people. For you, you can activate your account by making a payment of 1550 Kenyan money, 1550, and you make that payment to the pay bill number 4040043, and the account name is BC. When you make that payment to that pay bill number, they are going to give you a reference code. Now that reference code is what you need to activate your wallet. So go in your wallet, click on activate account, type start and send, then type 1 and send, and type 9 and send. Then enter that activation code, and your account is going to be activated immediately. So immediately your account is activated, you have the freedom to start referring new users on the platform and earn a reward of 1,000 Kenyan shillings per person that you refer on this platform. When they complete the activation process, immediately the person that you have referred completes the activation process, 1,000 Kenyan shillings is going to be in your account, and you can withdraw it immediately. You can withdraw it to your bank, you can withdraw it to your M-Pesa, or you can withdraw it on your Airtel Money, or you can contact an agent in your application. Find an agent near you and let that agent help you. For example, if you are not in Kenya but you're Kenyan, maybe you've traveled, you are in the US, you are in Europe, maybe you've gone to the Middle East, there are agents everywhere. So find the agent near you, and that agent will help you to withdraw your earnings right where you are. Okay? And you too, you can also choose to be an agent or just work as a freelancer. Okay? So even freelancers can earn money here by referring people. So start working Leero. There is a link in my description, the description of this video. It is www.bcbank.se. It's even on my screen here. So you can type this website in your browser, and when it opens, you are going to see the word "a powerful source of passive income." Click on that button which says create wallet, and they are going to give you a sign up form. Now go into that sign up form and enter your first and your last names exactly as they appear on your ID or passport or driving license. Then enter a valid email address. A valid email address is your email that you only has access to, and that email you must be able to log in. Okay, if you can log into that email and there's no one else who has access to your email, that is a valid email address. Don't use a group email address. Don't use a company email address that many of you have access to. This has to be personal. This is for your own security. Now, after entering the email address, you are going to select your country. So choose your country from the list of countries provided, and then go and enter your mobile phone number starting with a country code. If you're from Kenya, you have to start with 254. If you're from Uganda, don't start with 07. Remove that 0 completely, and instead of 0, write 2567 and complete your number. The same applies to users in Ethiopia, Zambia, Tanzania, Rwanda, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Botswana, Lesotho, Egypt, South Sudan, Somalia, Algeria, Gabon, Senegal, users in Canada, the United States, users in the United Kingdom, users in Switzerland, Belgium, and all these countries, including our users in Australia and New Zealand, plus users in India, people in India and Vietnam and the Philippines, okay, Malaysia, Singapore. I made a video yesterday, and this video I made it with the AI, and the video was in Vietnamese. Okay, you know, I went and I checked the commission that CashChat pays a single subscriber, and then I discovered that this commission of $10 that CashChat pays out is equivalent to over a quarter a million Vietnamese currency. So if a person from Vietnam refers to, no, 4, if a person in Vietnam refers only 2 people to CashChat, whether they've got those people from the US, whether they got them from Canada, whether they got them from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, whether they got them from any European country, anywhere, if a person from Vietnam refers 4 people, they will earn over a million of their currency. Dongs, you know, they call them dongs. So they will earn over a million dongs. Okay, that is huge, because these 4 people, it is very easy to get them in 1 hour, because it takes less than 15 minutes for a person to sign up their account and activate it. It takes less than 15 minutes. So it means that in 1 hour, a person can work on 4 clients. So I made a video for them and I posted it on my Facebook account, because now I have many followers from Vietnam on my Facebook account. My Facebook account now has over 10,000 followers. Over 10,000 people now are following me on Facebook. The name I'm using on Facebook is Adase Ads Limited. Okay, and I've got many people from Vietnam. So you can recommend people from any country that you want. So come and make money today. What I'm telling you is real, and this is the networking industry. And what you're going to sell in this networking industry is subscriptions, because in the networking industry we have digital advertising, which last year the industry made $1.19 trillion. You know, they had anticipated less, but they made 500 billion. No, they exceeded their targeted revenue by over $5 billion, because they had anticipated, no, over $9 billion, because they had anticipated 1.1 trillion. But instead, they made 1,190 billion. So they exceeded their targeted revenue by $90 billion. So that industry is also in this networking, okay, niche. So we have digital advertising and we have subscription. So the subscription industry in 2024 was less than half a trillion. It was less than 500 billion in annual revenue. In 2025, it tripled. It went over 1.5 trillion. So when you get these two industries and put them together, they are all in this industry, the networking industry. So now in the networking industry, I'm inviting you to participate in both of them, because there is digital advertising, and that's why many of you that wants to be agents of CashChat are going to focus. And we have the subscription section where those of you who are going to refer people to CashChat are going to work. So when these people come and subscribe to CashChat, you are going to earn $10, 50,000 Ugandan shillings, or 1,000 Kenyan shillings. So be wise, be smart, and take action, because knowledge without action is useless. You now know what I'm talking about. But unless you take action, you get nothing. You get nothing but just knowing but not acting. So action is king. Only a few of you that are going to take action now. You are the only people that I'm going to benefit from this information I'm giving you right now. So I'm going to end my live stream right now, and thank you for watching, and have a great day ahead of you.